to HeadKick Audio, episode number 26.
6.
Alright, in the intro, you heard our theme courtesy of By the Gods. This video you are watching right here is courtesy of Imbued Photography. That right there is the co-host, whichever direction he is at, because he is not here, he is home at Sierra Vista. And so that's the co-host, I'm the host, Steve the Dick, co-host Crazy J. We're doing the damn thing, crazy fucking weekend, lots of fights to cover. Bellator, unfortunately with their cards yesterday, which will now be, we'll just call it Friday, right?
Yeah.
Friday's cards, super difficult to even follow, so unfortunately, didn't really get to see a whole lot of that. LFA's card was untelevised due to broadcasting issues. They have yet to secure a broadcasting partner, but with help of the promotion, we were able to get some decent coverage on that. And we had a UFC card, and I'll tell you what, dude, we had a lot of fights this weekend, but we also had a lot of fighters that we interviewed.
Hell yeah, it was actually pretty. It was pretty crazy seeing all these names that we've interviewed, and I was like, hey, we talked to him.
Exactly. So it was a fun weekend for sure. And then today and yesterday, so Friday and Saturday, because this is going to be out on Monday, we did just a whole run of rough MMA interviews.
Yep.
So we're going to be trickling those in through the week. We're going to be at rough 34 this Saturday, October 5th. And don't worry, we'll get your UFC coverage. I know there's a pay-per-view. Don't worry, I've got it all figured out. I have a fucking plan. Okay? Don't worry, Jonathan. I have a plan. You can't see him the way that I'm seeing him because you're seeing this on tape delay. I'm seeing it in real time. He's this little square on my screen. So that's how we're getting it done. But I have a plan, and it'll be okay. Don't worry. I got this.
I can't wait to hear this grand master plan.
Well, I tell you, if it's coming from me, don't let me forget it. Don't let me forget it. All right, so LFA 77. This was headlined by a heavyweight title fight, which was their heavyweight final on their little tournament that they were doing. It was between Daniel James, the American Predator?
Yep.
Is that his nickname?
Uh-huh.
And Brett Big Dog Martin. I want to call him Martin Big Dog Martin. I don't know what's up with me and names. That Tony interview got me all fucked up.
Oh, I know, right?
Tony Topez. Oh, what a numbnuts. Anyways, pretty anticlimactic, but we'll go ahead and run through the rest of the card. LFA 77 was opened up by one JP St. Louis taking on Scott Ritz in the welterweight division. JP, he was an interview of ours. He improves to 3-0 in LFA, man.
Nice.
Yeah, he got the tap via rear naked choke, and I believe it was rear naked choke.
It says here guillotine.
Are we sure? Yeah, okay. I know it was a choke of some sort. We were talking after the fight, and because again, it wasn't televised, and he was telling me that he won via choke after busting the dude up some. So
nice.
Really good for JP. Don't worry, we'll be connecting with him, sometime in the future because I like catching guys off a win just as much as I like catching a pre-fight. So we'll have JP on again. Don't you worry, because I told him we need to have you in there. And the interview that we did with him, Jonathan can't do interviews on Mondays because he's going to school. He's going to be an educated man.
I'm learning things.
Me, not so much. So I went ahead and did the dang thing. It was a lot of fun, so I'm really looking forward to doing it again and making sure that you're a part of it. Mike Breeden defeated Brandon Jenkins via knockout there's a flying knee, and holy shit, was that cool as hell.
Was that sweet ass flying knee that I've been seeing circling around Insta for a little bit?
Yes, sir. Which is, you know, Jenkins is a tough son of a bitch, dude. He's a tough guy, man. So trust me, that flying knee, it had to be spot on if it was going to put him out like that. So LFA starting off really strong with the finishes. Let me see, we got, how do you say that guy's name? I can't read that.
Nate, it's either Togba or Toba.
Well, he defeated Matt Jones via knockout, and that was at in your featherweight division. And then we had another interviewee, right? So this would be, what was I calling him? I was calling him HKA alum is what I'm calling him.
Yep.
You interview with us, you're part of our family.
That's right.
So it's the, well, I mean, they're all part of our family anyway. But Bryce Logan getting the hard-fought unanimous decision over Jonas Flock. Still not 100% sure on the name. I think I'm saying it right, but hard-fought, well-deserved. I believe beers are in our future.
Oh, definitely. And I'm going to get this one right. At least I hope I am.
Let's see.
Bryce Logan was our very first Skype interview.
Yes, sir. Yes, he was.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That's why I remembered something.
Well, one of us has to be good at remembering stuff, otherwise we're fucked.
Well, I'm just half good at remembering shit.
In your featured bout, Chad Johnson knocked out Kalen Hall. Oh, sorry, that's not your. Sorry, Bryce Logan was the featured bout. See, this is what I'm talking about. I even remember asking him how he felt about LFA trusting him with being the featured bout, which is the bout before the co-main event, and here I am, just skipping over that. Chad Johnson defeats Kalen Hall in the co-main event via knockout in round 2? Was it round 2?
Round 1.
Round 1.
Round 1,
okay, you're gonna...
2:14.
All right.
Hold on.
And I was going to say, can you make that bigger for me? Oh, that's what she said.
Well.
Yeah, see, now I can read it. Holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah, so I can definitely see that one instead of just a little fuzzball. Yeah, so, and these guys are fucking behemoths, man. In your main and co-main event, these guys are giants. Okay, much like Tony, you know, how he's 6'5", you know what I mean? These guys are like 6'6". You know, and like probably pushing 260 pounds. Brett Martin in your main event, he actually missed weight, so he was ineligible for the belt. Can you believe that?
What?
Yeah, and then during the 5th round, apparently, Daniel James illegally strikes Brett Martin with a knee, and that's it. They called it. So Brett Martin won his his semi-final bout in this tournament via disqualification when Ferreira.
There you go.
That guy. There was illegal strikes to the back of the head, and he got, you know, Brett Martin got the DQ win there. Well, he gets the DQ win here on Daniel James, which was a horrible sight to see. Both of them just, you know, still in the cage. Just right after the bout was called, you got Brett Martin holding his head, you know, in agony, and then you got James holding his head and like, oh my God, I cannot believe that this just fucking happened. Now look, Daniel James is probably one of the biggest sweethearts in the game. I doubt there was any ill intentions on the illegal strikes. So, it sucks to see something like this happen on an event like this. And Brett Martin, he already had gone through this before.
Yeah.
So, heartbreaking, truly gutted for both guys involved in the main event here.
Yeah, I was trying to find that video because I was trying to keep up with it on Instagram. LFA was really good at trying to at sharing with the stories, and so I was trying to keep up with it on that, and it just came through the illegal strikes. I'm like, wait, what? And I've been trying to find the videos and stuff of it, but I can't. So I can't even like make my own judgment on it. You know, I just go off of like hearsay.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, due to the broadcast, their former home, Access TV, they got their new umbrella is with Anthem, and Anthem is leading into the fake fighting. Professional wrestling. They're moving into your old neck of the woods there, Crazy J.
Yeah.
So they said we can't have none of this real shit because we go into the all fake shit.
Oh well.
And,
speaking of wrestling, did you get that message I sent you?
You sent me a message, huh?
Yeah. After this, check your DMs on your Facebook Messenger. That shit's fucking funny.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and slide right into Bellator Europe and Bellator 227. Bellator Europe 4 was headlined by one James Gallagher and Roman Salazar, and your Bellator 227 was Henderson Jury. Now again, due to Bellator's we don't know what the fuck we're doing, or we just want you to figure it out, it's like a puzzle. Yeah. I don't want to think, I just want to enjoy. Okay, so hopefully Bellator can figure this whole fucking thing out and just put all their fights in one fucking place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's bad enough that with the UFC you got ESPN Plus, and then know it's on big ESPN, and know it's on pay-per-view, which is on ESPN Plus now.
Yeah.
So at least I'm only going to 2 different places. What really fucks you up is when they go, oh yeah, the early prelims are going to be on FX, and it's like, wait a minute, what?
It's like, that's still a thing? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know what the hell is going on. Stop it. Bellator, stop it. Okay? Because these are fights I want to fucking watch. I don't want to just watch the highlights, even though the main event, like the highlight was the entire fucking fight.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and go through results. Just 4 fights on this one, John?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that was it.
All right. And I'm probably going to butcher these names because they are Eastern European, or just European, whatever. Peter Quelly defeated Ryan Scope via knockout round 2. Michael Page defeated Richard Kiley via knockout flying knee in round 1. I saw that. It wasn't as clean as the Cyborg. It wasn't as clean as the Cyborg one, but still pretty good. And he got all kinds of shit on the MMA Twitter because, you know, he loses to Douglas Lima on the first loss of his career, right? And then his next fight is against a guy who's like 3-1, which is essentially not like a tomato can, but a tomato can. Yeah. So Danny Nealon defeated Camila Rivarola.
Dude, I almost said ravioli, bro.
Rivarola. I'm gonna roll with that. Okay. Well, Danny defeated Camila via unanimous decision. Couple 29-28s and a 30-27 there. And then your main event, all of 35 seconds, which I clocked it at like 32. So I don't know. Sometimes refs are getting caught up in the moment here. And, you know, Mr. I remember everything, Steve, he clocked it at 32 seconds. So we'll just... Anyway, fight me. James Gallagher defeats Arizona's Roman Salazar via guillotine choke round 1, and all of the crazies come out of their closets because, oh my god, Gaito lost on purpose. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? He flew all the way to Dublin to lose in 35 seconds, and he did it on purpose, bro. What the fuck?
What?
conspiracy theorists, go away, okay? If you know anything about Roman Salazar, it's that he's not gonna fucking throw a fight.
No, definitely not.
And if he did, well, I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. I've met this man. I think he fucking took the fight on like a week's notice or some shit like that. Flew all the way to fucking Dublin, okay, and missed weight due to all the crazy shit going on. You know, taking a fucking a week notice, flying across the fucking world.
Yeah.
And you know, you go from a show like LFA. Now, nothing against LFA, but it's not one of the bigger. It's not Bellator or the UFC.
Yeah.
Or PFL. You know what I mean? Because those are my top three. It's Bellator, and it wasn't like, you know, an opening slot or anything. No, it was a main event, okay? Hey, shit happens, okay?
Yeah.
So the guy fucking choked. It is what it is. Bader used to do the same goddamn thing all the time. He would get into a fucking good spot, and then he would choke on all the important fights. Come on. Are you going to tell me Chael Sonnen's throwing fights now? Are you going to tell me Ryan Bader's throwing fights now? Yeah, he poked Cheick Kongo's eye on purpose because he was winning and he wanted to lose.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on. Conspiracy. Go away. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and leave it at that. It was a 35-second tap, and we're moving on. Bellator 227, headlined by Benson Henderson and Miles Jury, two former UFC fighters. Benson, they fought for two different weight classes. Jury for 55 and 45. Benson for 70 and 55. So, two names from the UFC, which Bellator kind of turns into their like headliners and stuff. They've done the same thing with Mitrione, Phil Davis, Nelson, Mir. Oh, hey, you're on this side now. Okay. He's switching shit up on me, making sure I'm still awake over here.
Oh, yeah.
Franz, you gotta make this bigger for me, bro. Franz Mlambo. Am I saying that right? Mlambo?
Mlambo.
He defeated Dominique Wooding. I like Mlambo. I like that name. I think that is so far my favorite name I've ever had to say. It's Mlambo. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, that's a lot of fun to say.
It is.
Leah McCourt defeated Carrie Hughes via rear naked choke, round 1. Norbert Noveni defeated Will Fleury via unanimous decision, so 30-26s all across the board. Holy shit. Kiefer Crosby defeated Hugo Pereira via unanimous decision. And Benson Henderson handily. I don't even. Is that a word?
It is now.
No, well, fuck it. He beat him pretty good. 30-27s across the board for Benson Henderson over Miles Jury. Now, again, I'm not really 100% sure. You know, I have DirecTV and it may have recorded this, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It just got way too confusing, and I think I can't believe I'm saying this, but I just threw my hands up in the air and said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I have a fucking MMA show over here, and I said, fuck it. So if that's any indication on how fucking confusing this got, and MMA Twitter was blowing up over this shit too.
Yeah.
So I know I'm not the only motherfucking one. And just Bellator, come on, man. I want to watch these fights. What the fuck are you doing? If you're getting the hardcores to say, well, there's a UFC in the morning, so I just get some sleep. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. I just 808'd it. We're not going to ever get through an episode without doing that.
And I wasn't there to hear it.
Sorry. Better luck next time. If you lived in Tucson.
I'm working on it.
Right.
I'm trying to work on it.
The very next night, which is our tonight, which is your couple nights ago, Bellator had another card, Bellator 228, which was headlined by Gegard Mousasi and Lyoto Machida, going about it for a second time. Woo! The first match went to Lyoto Machida. The second match, we'll get to. This was also the second portion of the opening round on the featherweight Grand Prix that Bellator's hosting right now. So they got, let's see, I think it's 2, 4, 6, like 16 of the baddest featherweights that Bellator has to offer. They got in this tournament, and you know what? So far, it's proven to be pretty fun, pretty exciting, and it's only going to get better the farther we get into this tournament. Because the good guys are going to knock the okay guys out, and the great guys are going to be there, you know, in the quarters and semis and eventually the final. I'm interested to see, because they're doing the same thing that they did with the welterweight tournament, that Patricio Pitbull is going to defend his belt in every fight that he fights in this tournament should he win. You know, because if he loses the fucking belt, well then he's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say gonorrhea, but that's a disease. So we just won't even get into that.
Yeah, let's not.
Okay?
Let's not.
But pretty cool shit going on here. So Daniel Weichel defeated Saul Rogers via unanimous decision. It was a pretty close fight. I don't know that I agree with. This is one of the things that I've struggled with as far as like, you know, going over the, like, how you score a round. There you go. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. Because if a fighter, like, let's just say fighter A is winning the whole round, right? And then in the last 30 seconds, like, you know, he gets his butt whooped.
Yeah.
Now, my whole thing is, like, you're going to tell me that his first 4.5 minutes means nothing, because in this little short amount of time, the other dude was able to fucking, you know, whoop the other guy. I struggle with that, you know what I mean? I get it, knockdowns and whatnots, but it's just one of those things where it's like, if I'm kicking your ass for 4.5 minutes, and in the last 30 seconds you put it on me, but you don't put me away?
Yeah.
I don't know, I fucking ate-a-weeded it, damn it.
Well, I mean, I have that same issue too, because I mean,
and it comes from boxing, though. It comes from boxing.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, well, because knockdowns, those are huge. A knockdown in boxing in a round is a 10-8, regardless of how bad you were whooping the guy's ass.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not the biggest boxing guy, so, I mean, don't ever fucking quote me when I'm talking about that shit. But I know that's where it comes from. And like I said, it's not, I don't get, like, all bent out of shape. But it's like, okay, so it's, to me, that becomes a close round.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the dude did enough to potentially steal the round, which makes it close for me. But anyways, Daniel Weichel got it done. So it didn't even matter. Darian Caldwell defeated Henry Corrales, HKA alum there. I don't know what was going on with Henry. He didn't seem like he was all there, man. He didn't seem like he was all there. He wasn't fighting like he was in a tournament that he could potentially get the belt and $1 million. All in, you know,
well,
a year's time.
Well, neither did Caldwell. I mean, it seemed like they both were just kind of like, all right, whoever just kind of like does stuff, that's who's going to win. And I thought for sure that Corrales was going to come out, you know, just fucking swinging and, you know, get a knockout at least. Or even if not a knockout, at least like put him on his ass a couple of times, you know?
Yeah, I like your technical breakdown. You know, whoever does the most stuff.
That's right.
That you can only get that type of breakdown with the MMA white belt, okay?
Well, sometimes
that's the only place you're going to get it.
Sometimes that's all you need. Just do stuff.
All right, so... But Darian Caldwell, to be fair, now look, we're going to sound like a bunch of fucking homers because Henry Corrales, A, you know, he interviewed with us, and B, he fights out of Arizona over at Fight Ready with Triple C and whatnot. But the truth of the matter is Darian Caldwell didn't look like he wanted to be in there either. He got ahead, and after that, he skated. He was like, I just need to stay out of trouble. And you know what? I can't knock that. I can't knock that when $1 million is on the line. If I'm up ahead 2 rounds, hey, Henry, I'm running from you too, bro. I want no part of them hands. You know what I mean? So it was just a very frustrating fight because you know both guys are capable of way more, and you just didn't get that, which is, it's just a fucking bummer. Because I like watching, like, look at what AJ McKee did. You know what I mean? Everybody fucking talks shit about this guy. Oh, he gets tomato cans. Oh, he's never fought a real fighter. Macapa, real fighter. Curran, real fighter. Karakhanyan, insane, real fighter. Okay, so he's now got 2 champions under his belt, and this one in 8 seconds.
And if I understood right, that's the second fastest knockout.
Second
Second fattest.
Second fattest knockout. Anyway. The second fastest knockout in Bellator history. Not just divisional history, but I think that's organizational history, which is pretty fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Not only did he do that, but his papa McKee, okay, he fought on the undercard where he also secured a win. So they became the first father and son in American MMA history to compete on the same card and notch wins. So the McKee family is all about the history, baby. They're rewriting the history books.
I like it.
I like it. Why are you fucking saying the same thing as me at the same fucking time as me? What the fuck?
Well, I was trying to beat you to the punch. I was gonna say I dig it, but I was like, I like it. I don't know. I dig it. I like it. Whatever the fuck it is.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. We'll move on.
Your minds think alike, I guess.
Right? Patricio Pitbull defeated Juan Archuleta via unanimous decision. Now this was a fun fight. It was interesting. I thought Patricio fought a pretty smart fight. He literally just stayed in the middle of the cage and let Juan Archuleta do all of the work. Had that weird ass guillotine whenever Archuleta would try for takedowns. And I mean, shit. I mean, it's pretty fucking like solid game planning from the Pitbull corner. So he defends his belt, so he gets to keep his belt, and he moves on. So in this side of the bracket, anyways, you had Patricio Pitbull, AJ McKee, Darian Caldwell, and Daniel Weichel. So all those guys are moving on into the Bellator. In the Bellator Grand Prix. And between that and the main event, you had the, what did they call it? The show picks or something like that? What was Bellator calling it?
Oh, it was the picks showcase or fighters showcase picks or something like that. Yeah, the
showcase picks, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, like, they had a system where each fighter got a number, and according to that number, you pick a date out of 4 dates to fight at. There's a fucking a big vehicle driving by.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, shit.
Damn, you could hear that shit?
Yeah.
All the way from Vista? What?
Yep. Heard him. I heard him.
So they all got a number, and then they all got to pick. Well, not all got to pick dates, but no, I think they all did really. And then
technically, yeah.
They all got to pick dates, so some of them got to pick opponents, and then they threw a fucking curveball and said, "Hey, champ, there's only 1 spot left. You can take that spot, or you can fuck somebody else's day up and give them a different opponent and take theirs." And he did.
Yeah, definitely.
Pitbull did. I was really looking forward to Darian Caldwell versus AJ McKee. That is one matchup that I wanted to see. And I wanted to see Patricio versus the Texas guy. Derek.
Oh.
What's his last name?
Shoot.
The goddamn.
I didn't take notes.
It's your Texas boy. Gosh dang it. I should start taking notes. I know his goddamn name. I just can't fucking remember it. Wonder why. Anyway, I'll move on while he figures that out. So the other side of the bracket was Derek Campos. That's who I wanted, Patricio.
Yes.
That's how. That's who I wanted Pitbull to fight. So Derek Campos, Adam Boric, Emmanuel Sanchez, and I'm doing this off of memory. It's the guy that Pitbull's fighting now. Carvalho.
Yeah,
Pedro Carvalho.
Yeah, Pedro Carvalho.
Okay, so that's the other side of the bracket. Now it's all mixed and matched, and see if you can get me a who's fighting who, because I think it's.
Okay.
I know Patricio is fighting. He's fighting Carvalho.
Well, I don't know if you can really see that, but
With how little this screen
I know,
is.
right? Well,
Put it on your big screen. We're doing the damn Zoom thing. Can't you do it that way? Open up a new window?
well, I kind of saved the picture from my phone because I was trying to find it on the computer so I could put it on the big screen, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Facebook it to yourself and then open it via Facebook. Oh, that was a big 808. Holy shit. Anyway, so while he's doing that, I'll go ahead and talk about Bellator 228's main event. Gegard Mousasi, Lyoto Machida 2. This one went the way of Gegard Mousasi via split decision. I could not have cared less, unfortunately, the outcome of this fight.
Yeah.
I really, I didn't need to see around, a second fight between these two. But two big names in Bellator, again, two UFC fighters. But to be fair, Gegard Mousasi fought for Dream, Strikeforce, and a whole slew of other organizations before landing into the UFC. So, do I get to learn your password? Is that what it is? I'm going to log into your Facebook. I'm going to hack it.
Maybe.
You got to let me see it. That's why. You got to make it seeable so I can see it. Anyway, I'll tell you. Don't worry, I'll tell you guys the fucking password later.
All right. We're going to have a couple seconds. You ready?
Uh-huh. Fuzzy Rocket? What is that? Anyway, I don't want to talk about Jonathan's Fuzzy Rocket. I want to talk some MMA. Yeah, again, it's just one of those things where, it wasn't a bad fight, but it wasn't a fight I needed to see, so I was kind of watching with half interest, if that makes any sense. Look, it's all my wife's decorations. Excuse me. But, nonetheless, it happened. Mousasi gets a little bit of revenge in a matter of split decision and immediately called for a rematch with Lovato, who is Bellator's current champ. And Bellator also announced that Julia Budd will be defending her title against Chris Cyborg on January 25th. And I say defending because I told you before, I'm going to call it again. I think Julia Budd's going to win that fight. I really Bellator picks favorites. And you could tell that they're favoring Chris Cyborg. She was a big signing for Bellator, so I'm happy that they got the signing. But when you bring the challenger thank you, there it is. When you bring in the challenger to face off with the champ, the emphasis, I don't care who you are, the emphasis needs to be on the champ. You know what I mean? I fucking hate that type of promoting. Can you hold it still for a second? Jesus.
I'm trying to get it zoomed in just a little bit. There we go. And it keeps moving.
Okay, well, don't worry about zooming in. I just need to see all their faces. I can remember their names by their faces.
Okay. And real quick, I do just want to give a quick shout out to MMA Gods. That's where I got the picture from.
Yeah, that's our boy in Flagstaff, which hopefully next weekend we can get him out to the fights, because I'd love to catch up with that dude in person. So if Gods is listening, bruv, let's fucking make that shit happen. Rough 34. Alright, so here's how the fucking showcase fighter picks or whatever we're calling it. This is how it went down. Okay, so they had 4 dates to choose from. December of 19, January of 20, February of 20, March of 20. And this is how everything ended up. Okay, so AJ McKee is going to fight Derek Campos in December. Adam Boric is going to fight Darian Caldwell in January of 2020. Daniel Weichel is going to rematch Emmanuel Sanchez in February of 2020. And Patricio Pitbull is going to fight Pedro Carvalho in March of 2020. Now, it seems like almost everybody got what they wanted. AJ McKee wanted other fights. I think he's going to be okay with Campos here because Campos wanted the fight with McKee. He picked that one. He could have picked any other fucking date because they were all still open, and he picked McKee, which is a tough fight because Derek Campos is one of the smaller guys in this division. Caldwell gets stuck with Boric because of the champ. Manuel Sanchez picked Weichel because he wants to show that the first time they fought, the split decision went the wrong way. And Patricio said, this guy fights a KGB and he talks too much. So that's how the whole thing ended up. So I'm thinking that this thing will probably wrap up around this time next year. We can only hope because $1 million is on the line and I want to see somebody get paid.
Yeah, same here.
Alright, now get that shit out of my face. We're going to move on to UFC on ESPN Plus 18 or UFC Hermanson versus Cannonier or UFC Copenhagen.
Or the Joker versus the Killa Gorilla.
The Killa Gorilla. Oh, man. So many different titles for these fights. I tell you, it fucking kills me. So we'll go ahead and start from the bottom now. We're here. Started from the bottom now. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, I listen to Drake. Whatever, fight me.
I won't ever do that again, so that's a one-time thing.
You know what? I was dancing, so I didn't get to see.
Oh, good.
That's okay. I'll catch it on the edit.
Oh.
Yeah. So Jack Shore, Cage Warriors veteran, defeated Nohilen Hernandez. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Nohilen.
Yep.
Okay. Rear naked choke in round 3. The takedowns from Shore shut Nohilen down, and a lot of fights. The opposition that lost got shut down, and for one reason or another, they got shut down. Here, it was the takedowns. Mark DeCasey defeated Lando Venata via unanimous decision, 30-27, a 30-26 in there as well. It was the leg kicks, and that's what really fucked Lando up there. Your third consecutive choke here was, and I mean choke as in they choked. They didn't get choked out. Anyway, Lena Landsberg defeated Macy Chasson via unanimous decision. I think Macy broke here in the 3rd round.
I think so too. I mean,
I think she finally found her breaking point, and it happened to be in a UFC fight. So.
Yeah. Like I think Macy was okay in the 1st round. I think Lena was just feeling her out. I really do. I think she was just feeling her out, and then once she found the right reach, that's when she really laid into her. And I really liked how she played the clinch game on the cage. She made Macy like pretty much fight her fight, fight inside, fight dirty, I guess. With the Muay Thai and all that good stuff. So, congrats on that.
As soon as I'm fucking done yawning, Jesus. I'll tell you what, it was actually Macy who initiated the clinch. She was pushing her up against the fence, trying to get her to the ground. The plan backfired. If there's one chick you don't want to get into a clinch battle with, it's probably the Elbow Queen. And they probably call her that for a fucking reason. So look, Fortis MMA is one of the best gyms out there. Saeed is a fucking excellent head coach. The game plan here was way off. So I don't know if Macy just, said, hey, this is the style that I'm going to fight. Just, get me through this fight. Or if that was the game plan all along. Some fighters like to go where their opposition is best. John Jones does it all the time. He likes to, okay, so I'm better than this guy at wrestling, but he's an awesome striker, so I'm going to strike with him. Or this guy's an awesome wrestler, so I'm going to wrestle with him. You know what I mean? He took down Daniel Cormier. Come on, man. I think it's probably the first one to ever fucking do it in a fight, too. Giga Chicades, right?
Chikads.
Is that
Or Chikadze. It's however you said it last or how I just said it. It's one of those two.
Giga defeated Brandon Davis via split decision. This fight was initially declared a draw because MMA math, it doesn't make sense, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get it. I thought that Giga won pretty convincingly. Brandon Davis was tough, and we were Twitter speaking with Unbroken, and he's like, if your best attribute in fighting is your chin, like you shouldn't be doing it. I'm like, you know what? He's got a fucking point. You know what I mean? Because the guys with the best chins, you know what? Sometimes their fights are the most exciting, but hardly ever do they hold a belt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm speaking upon the Brandon Davises, the Roy Nelsons, the Mark Hunts of the world. You know, just those tough SOBs that literally, I can't believe I didn't mention this, but did you see Gegard Mousasi literally fucking headbutt Lyoto Machida's head kick?
Yeah.
Machida threw a head kick, and it looked like Gegard Mousasi said, "Get that shit out of here," with his fucking face. Like, what the fuck?
My house.
I'm like, oh man. It was one of those, not today, Satan. Bam! What would have been really fucking just out of this world is if it would have Anderson Silva broke his leg. That would have been fucking nuts.
Oh.
But then he probably would have lost via disqualification because you're not allowed to headbutt. So nobody called the audible there. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it alone. But I just wanted to make people aware that shit fucking happened. Ismail Noradiev defeated Sayar Bahadurzada, via unanimous decision. A couple 30-25s and a 30-26.
Oh.
This was the one we missed because we were in our rough interviews.
Yep.
So our pick one here, I believe it was our first one.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to witness it. Mahmoud.
Mahmoud. Oh man.
These names kill me. Muradov defeated Alessio De Chirico via unanimous decision. That was a fun scrap. If there was a fight of the night, that probably was going to be it. But I don't think there was a fight of the night because there was too many good performances. And then in your main prelim, in your preliminary main event, John Phillips, he starched Alan
Amadovsky. Straight up destroyed that kid, dude. Oh my
14
God.
seconds. And the last punch he threw, right? You just see the guy fall, and I'm like, did he even hit him, or did the air knock him out? Is John Phillips that fucking strong that the air from his punch, oh man.
Just the air hit him and he goes, Jesse.
He's he's tapping, get me out of here, get me out of here. Yeah, John Phillips, what is it, the Welsh Wrecking Machine?
Yep.
Okay, see, I don't have your notes, but I think I remember that.
I almost forgot to write his name down. I was like, ooh, that's going to be memorable.
Right? Well, with only 14 seconds to do so, he didn't give you a whole lot of time.
I know, right?
So, super fucking happy for that guy. 14 seconds, couldn't ask for fucking a better prelim main event. That got you fucking super set up for the main card of UFC Copenhagen, which in your opener had hometown boy Nicholas Dalby defeating Alex Oliveira via unanimous decision. The real loser here was the fucking ref. Now,
this was that fight. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mean to kick anybody
that's
when
right.
they're down.
Yeah.
But this fucking guy. Okay?
Yeah, dude.
This fucking guy was pissing me right the fuck off. He could not make a right call to save his life. Standing people up in the middle of ground and pound. Okay? Now, fucking not calling cage grabs. fucking what did he stopped the fight for something, and then
yeah,
didn't put the fight back where it was. So the guy who was in the shittier position, you know, he's like, oh, hey, yeah, sure, I'll take a stand up. It's like, come on, man.
yeah. There was there was an up kick, but I guess the ref was saying that because Oliveira threw the up kick to Dalby, but because Dalby was on the ground, that was like illegal. They said.
Okay, it was illegal because regardless of where you're at, you can't kick somebody in the face if their knees are on the mat.
Oh, okay. Then I guess that makes sense.
So
I was like, that's fucking legal.
So I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, now remember we're talking about my memory here. I believe Dalby was in his guard, okay, and in one of the transitions there was an up kick and, you know, kind of stuck him in the face a little bit. I think that's what happened, and that's where, you know, they did the timeout and they separated the fighters and, hey, are you okay? And then, okay, no, he's fine, go ahead. And it's like, wait a minute, you're gonna take his takedown away? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought they were going to go back into the same position. You know, that's what, you know, all the other refs do. I was like, okay, and then they...
Not today. Not today. Not in Copenhagen. This guy didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and fortunately, I believe that was the last time we saw this guy. And I don't know if that was the commission just saying,
get him out of here.
Go home. Go home. Because, look, yes, some of the things that he did may or may not have impacted the fight. We have no idea how this fight would really play out if all the shit that the ref didn't happen, because he did something that benefited Oliveira, he did something that benefited Dalby. So, I don't even know where to fucking go with this guy. But Herzog, can you please just officiate every fight from here on out?
I think this ref, I think they got him from the shots are being fired right now from the New England referee crew.
Oh,
New England Patriots referee crew, because, you know, they like to cheat. I sip my tea.
Yeah, shade totally being thrown at that ref. I'm really glad that I didn't see that guy. And Nicholas Dalby was our pick, so of course I was happy that the guy won. He's fighting at home on his return to the UFC, battling depression and, you know, fighting to get back to the big show. Super happy for the guy. I just wish that ref hadn't, you know, made any fucking controversy.
Yeah.
Because I would rather just, you know, see the fight without the controversy. Because maybe Dalby comes out on top anyway. I don't fucking know. But now, we'll never know.
Yeah.
OSP had me in all kinds of worry. See, I like OSP, okay? I really do. I think he's a very talented fighter. He finishes his fights, and he's exciting as fuck. But, bruv, can you do me a favor, OSP? Could you wake up in the first round, bro? Could you wake up? Because everybody's like, oh, he's done. He just doesn't want to be here. He's uninterested. First of all, Michael O is a very, very talented fighter. With or without the PEDs. He's very talented. Okay? He puts on a very high pace. He's very unorthodox. He's very herky-jerky. Okay? And he's really small for the division, which probably throws a lot of guys off. Okay? But, OSP, do me a favor. Just wake up in the first round. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm not thinking you're flying all the way to Denmark just to fucking lose or seem disinterested. But I get it, you're a slow starter. Cowboy Cerrone's got the same issue. In the first round, it takes him a minute for his body to go, hey, you're in a fight! God damn it!
Yeah. Well, I mean, Michael O, I mean, he did come out, he came right out of the gate, you know, really quick. And he was throwing some power behind those strikes. And so all OSP could do was just kind of duck, dip, duck, dive, and dodge, you know what I mean?
Well, he was, you know, in reverse. He was on the bicycle, and Michael was doing a really good job with body shots, mixing things up, body head, body head. He was looking super impressive, and I'm like, man, this sucks, you know? Not because that either fighter sucks, because both of them are very talented. I've already said that, but it just sucks when you okay, a guy's capable of winning a fight. That's why you picked the motherfucker, and then this kind of shit happens, and I'm just like, okay, well, he got through the first round. By the skin of his teeth, he gets through the first round. It's like, okay, cool. Sit on your stool, talk to your coaches. Maybe one of them says, hey, dummy, you're in a fight, wake up. Well, they had to have done something, because he comes out in the second round, and he finishes the goddamn thing via Von Prue choke. Thank you, the site we are using. I'm going to go ahead. We're using MMA Junkie for the results on the UFC card. And I believe John Morgan is forcing the Von Prue choke on everybody. I believe it's his 4th in UFC history, which may be like a fucking record or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And definitely earned there. So credit to MMA Junkie John, credit to OSP, and yeah, I think they weren't the only ones to have the the idea to change it to the Von Prue, but we're going to go ahead and give these guys the credit because that's what we're reading it off of.
Yep.
Ion Cutelaba defeated Khalil Roundtree via knockout in round 1. I don't think anybody was expecting that.
Especially me. I was definitely not expecting that.
Cutelaba went back to his wrestling, got some takedowns and used heavy ground and pound to get the job done. Now look, Khalil Roundtree is as raw a talent as they come, but I'm telling you this right now, his fucking stand-up looks phenomenal. His Muay Thai striking is fucking beautiful. It is textbook. It is so fucking good. But his ground game now needs to catch up.
Yeah, that ground game ain't there, man. Definitely not.
No, it's definitely not there. I mean, there's levels to this shit, and he's it's not even close. Kutulaba's not even a really decent wrestler, so for him to be able to get the takedown and get the finish from there. Now look, like I said, Khalil's a very talented guy. I like the guy on a personal level. I believe he plays in the metal bands. He used to smoke number 27s, as did this guy right here. Okay, so we got a lot in common, except for he's a big black dude and I'm a little white guy. So other than that, we got a lot in common. But I just, I want to see his game get more well-rounded, because once he does, the dude is going to be a fucking force. He's going to be a fucking force, man. So, lots of raw talent, but he needs to get with the times with his ground shit. Gilbert Dorincho Burns, or Dorino, or...
Dorino?
I think it's Dorino. Dorino.
I almost called him Dorito.
Dorito? Well, he can afford the Doritos fighting at 170 pounds. I'll tell you that much. And I kind of think he should stay there. This is fight number 2 at 170, I believe. And he made Gunner look like the lightweight out there. And he's good enough, man. He's good enough. He called out Magny, the guy who hasn't fought in like 5 years and still remains in the top 15.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, I made a tweet out there that said, because somebody said, oh, well, I don't know why he called out Neil Magny, and I'm like, I don't know, he'll get the title fight before he gets that one.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one, yeah.
So, we got jokes here at HeadKick Audio, we got jokes. And Burns looked pretty good at 170, so really stoked for him, and the motherfucker liked our shit, so I'm going to give the motherfucker some love. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be like some hearts or something. We're gonna throw some hearts in here or something. It's gonna be fucking cool. In your co-main event for the UFC Copenhagen, Mark Madsen, an Olympic level wrestler, I believe he's got the medals to prove it.
Yep.
Defeated Danilo Belluardo via knockout round 1. Takedown, ground and pound. That was all she wrote.
Yeah, it didn't even look like Danilo was even ready for that. Madsen just went in and was like, dude, you're not getting out of here. and just took him down. Boop, 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 done.
I like that. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. That is now your thing. You are only allowed to describe fight sounds with boop.
He booped him on the head.
Yeah.
A lot.
Super fast. This was a little over a minute. Okay. Excuse me. They're probably going to fast track this Mark guy.
Mm-hmm.
Olympic level. He's not 20-something. He's 30-something. So they're definitely going to want to jump this guy and get him up there as quickly as possible because he's marketable.
Mm-hmm.
And can do big things on that side of the world. So I would expect to see him in big fights, like relatively quickly. And then in your main event, now I called it in under 3, and I was so right.
Okay.
Okay, Jared the Killa Gorilla Cannonier defeated Jack Joker Hermanson. You couldn't see what I was doing, could you? You can't see me, can you?
Oh, I can't see you, dude.
So you didn't see that.
I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch it now when it gets edited. Unless you edit it out.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Jared Cannonier. Yeah, he got it done in the second round. There was a sneaky little uppercut when Hermanson was coming in, and this was early in the second round. It was like 30 seconds or some shit like that. And Hermanson runs into it and just balls to the floor. And there's some follow-up ground and pound, but I think it's probably not necessary because all Hermanson could do was cover up. So that tells me whatever he ran into, it did some damage.
Yeah.
Because Hermanson is experienced enough to know that if you just sit there and cover up, the ref is going to call the fucking fight.
Yep.
So, I mean, just if you want to see a fight like that, get out of a situation like that, if you ever want to figure out how to get out of that kind of situation, the kind of situation Jack Hermanson was in, go back and watch, no, I can't remember their fucking names. Rich Franklin versus Vanderlei Silva. Silva cracks Franklin so fucking hard, and I'm like, oh my god, he's dead. When he hits the canvas, I think he wakes up, and Silva's on top of him, raining down punches. But Franklin is doing just enough to show the ref, hey, I'm not out, and he ends up fucking winning the fight. So go back and watch that shit if you want to learn how to get out of that kind of situation. Don't do what Jack Hermanson did. Unless something was wrong. He could have fucking cracked an orbital. He could have fucking busted up his nose. For all we know, he looks like Mike Perry did a couple days ago. Okay? So, we don't fucking know. And hopefully whatever had happened, he's okay. Because I don't want any of these fighters to get hurt.
Oh, definitely not.
You know what I mean? It's the hurt business, but I just don't like to see it. You know what I'm saying? I like to see it, but I don't like to see it. Not I wouldn't intentionally wish harm on a fighter.
I don't think anybody does. I think that's what gets lost in translation sometimes with a lot of these fights that get really, really hyped up, and the back and forth on social media and stuff like that. It's kind of made to have everyone believe that these people really, really hate each other and really want to do harm. When all it is just hyping something up, and then they go in, they bang it out, and then they're cool like brothers and sisters,
I really wish that the let me bang bro, the bang term, I just wish that would kind of go away. Because when you're talking about two dudes banging it out,
I think only you think that. I don't know, maybe we can run a poll. Let's see.
Yeah, I get what it means, and I get the context, and I get all that. I just, in the neighborhood I grew up in, sorry, I didn't grow up on any neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood. And, that's Not the way you would describe a fight. that would be nowhere near a fight unless it's a fight with your missus. Then you guys can bang it out later. Whoa. I don't need to know that, man.
Speaking of, let's get into some performance of the night bonuses.
Some performance bonuses. Okay, gotcha. What do you got?
So there was no fight of the night. It was just performance. We got Jared Cannonier, OSP, John Phillips, and Jack Shore. Those are all of your performance of the night winners.
And how much did each of these fighters line their pockets with?
50 G's.
Oh.
50.
50 G's, huh?
50.
Just 50?
Unless it changed.
50.
Unless the numbers changed. But
No, it never changes. It's been 50 forever. 50 forever. I'm going to stop saying that. Okay? Before he loses his fucking drink, I'm going to stop saying that. 50. Come on.
all over my crazy ass computer. We can't afford that.
Yeah. So, that's all the fights we had this weekend. There was a couple other cards in there, but unfortunately we didn't get to it. And we missed Warrior Wednesday, right? Last week. We missed Warrior Wednesday.
Yeah, I kind of keep forgetting about it. And plus, I think it's only on Fight Pass, and I don't have Fight Pass yet.
Okay. Well, I do. But I can't ever remember nothing. So maybe I have to program that shit into my phone. So let's talk about next week. Next week you have what do we have, Jonathan? I know we are going to be there for Rough 34 up in Flagstaff. It's going to be fucking super awesome. Hopefully we connect with the MMA guys. And then I know there's a pay-per-view, UFC 243 maybe is the number there, where Forrest Whitaker is going to unify the titles with Israel Adesanya. Mm-hmm. And that one's down under.
Down under.
It's down under. And so there's going to be a slew of people that talk like that. I'm super stoked for that. That's October 5th. I believe there's Invicta October 4th. Mm-hmm. And then Bellator October 4th, which is Friday. So Bellator should be Korshkov versus Larkin, if my memory serves me correct. Oh, hey, look, it's on the screen right here.
It's right there.
Well, I'm trying to use my memory, and I probably shouldn't. LFA, unfortunately, gets canceled. I was really looking forward to seeing Royval Rivera, too. Invicta, their main event, they have a new main event, I should say. Gonzalez versus Sanchez, Pearl, former UFC fighter. Sanchez is a tough out. Mm-hmm. And then that's all we got for next weekend. And then the following weekend, John, if all plans go according to plan, we will be in the Vegas. We will be in the Vegas doing the Vegas thing. Yeah, there's that's the Vegas dance. I don't know what my Vegas dance is yet. I've never been. Fucking 30 years old. 29 on a good day. But 30 years old, and I've only been in the Vegas airport. Can you believe that shit?
Oh, well, aside from going and seeing PFL, we'll do a little bit of sightseeing while we're there. And it won't be much because we can only stay there for like a day. But
well, yeah, because we have all of Saturday to figure out what to do, but then that following Sunday, not the following Sunday, but that Sunday, we got another rough card that we gotta be all up in.
Yeah.
So we're very busy the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great, crazy, stressful weekend. That weekend.
Well, just October for us. Mine and Jonathan's wives run a Girl Scout troop. And so after Flagstaff, we have Vegas. After Vegas, they have their Girl Scout meeting. And then after that, the weekend after that, we're all going to the pumpkin patch. So I hope you're ready to see this ugly motherfucker every weekend for all of October.
I will embrace it.
Don't ever do that again when we're talking about my face, okay? Never again. Okay, and then we also need to figure out the ride situation because the homie Ed West, he may want to catch a ride with HeadKick Audio.
Ooh.
Up to that sounded wrong. He wants maybe no. Okay, so he wants to go to Rough with us. Nope. No, I can't think of a nice, not weird way to say that. So we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. So that's what we got going on the next few weeks. So we're going to continue to bring you the Rough interviews. So make sure you check out the YouTube channel. We're at HKA_AZ on Instagram, at HeadKick Audio on Twitter,
Twinner.
thing, Twitter, and Facebook, same thing, at HeadKick, at 808, at HeadKick Audio. And we also got a Patreon. Jonathan's filling that shit up with a bunch of fucking stuffs. But hopefully we'll be bringing you some exclusive Patreon content. And that'll be shit from over the road that you're not going to be able to find on our YouTube. So, what is the Patreon?
The Patreon is, you just go to patreon.com/headkickaudio.
Cool. That's how we get it done. So, follow us on the social media. Check out all our shit on all our fucking channels. And be on the lookout for some fucking cool stuff headed your way. So, until next time.
All right, cool. We are here with Kevin Barberena. What's up, Barbie? How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Oh, just another Saturday doing the fight thing. Is Jonathan stuck?
Looks like he's stuck.
It looks like he's stuck. That'll be fun to edit, though. I might put a big old smiley face right in between the thumbs. All right, so last time we talked, you had a different opponent, and you kind of called this one, man. You kind of called this one.
I figured it would happen this way, honestly. When we started the camp for Ponce, we were all like, should we even do this? Like, should I accept it? Because he's probably going to back out. And we were just like, maybe he'll come through. It'll be a good fight. Whatever, let's do it. And I was like, all right. And then I just kept telling him, like, dude, I have a feeling he's not going to make it, and I'm wasting my time. So, and then it ended up happening, which is more frustrating than anything because we actually kind of figured it would, but whatever. I'm not going to give him any more of my time or any fame for his basically lack of integrity and everything else for the sport. So,
yeah.
On to the next one. And, I don't know. I went through a few opponents since then. I was possibly going to fight this guy from Florida that they were going to fly out, but they didn't want to go with that one because of, whatever. I don't know if the guy wasn't ready or whatever. It's pretty short notice. So they decided to offer me Jake Wells, and I guess he wanted the opportunity. So, yeah, yes, and whatever. I've been training for him for about a week.
Yeah. Okay, and what? How is he different stylistically from your original matchup with Ponce?
I think he's probably a stronger wrestler than Ponce, but his striking probably isn't as good. So that's what at least I haven't seen much of his fights. He hasn't fought in 10 years. I know that. And then until he fought the last two, which is Danny Hilton and whoever the other guy was. But so I don't know too much about him. I haven't seen his old fights. I don't know if he, would stand up and strike with people or whatever. But from what I've heard, he's just mostly a wrestler. And what I've seen, he just shoots in right away.
Okay, well, I guess it's my turn to freeze over here.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Oh, man, I'm always getting stuck. Well, I'm glad that Ruff was able to find you an opponent rather quickly. They've had a few hiccups on the card putting this whole thing together. So, but, I mean, hey, we still got to fight. So.
Yeah, I'm super, super grateful for that and thankful for that. Matchmaker was doing a lot of work to find me something. So, and I'm glad, thankful for Wells stepping up all. So that's awesome. Always one guy to do that on short notice. So I've been there and done it too, so it means a lot,
Yeah, I mean, last time we talked, I was ready to kind of dive into the whole the grudge with you and Ponce, and now I'm just like, man, he didn't even make it to the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. I mean, I didn't have any beef with him until after or whatever. He wanted to fight me and all that, so whatever. I don't know. That was where the beef came from, I guess. It wasn't more like I don't really know him or know anything about him out fighting. So I didn't have a problem with him. He just loves to like call people out and then not show up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking, but I don't really care anymore because it's a waste of time. If the dude doesn't show up, he's whatever. Like, I don't know. But at least JT Wells is going to show up and do something and put on a show with me, So, yeah.
All right. And what does JT do well?
From what I've seen, he wrestles well. He's aggressive. I'd say his number one thing, his number one greatest aspect of him fighting is his confidence. That I noticed. He kind of comes off crazy.
Oh shit!
Crowd, and he was barking when I fought with him at the last card. He was like barking at the crowd and howling and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It just looks like a nut job. So, like, no offense, but that's how he comes off. He comes off real crazy. So
yeah,
I think that's one of his best things he's got is his confidence. He goes in there and he just looks like he's ready to go. So that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, another thing fighting him, I think his strongest thing is wrestling and staying real tight on top and having control. So that's about it. I mean, he's pretty confident. He stood there right in front of Hilton with his hands down. So just very smart. But I don't know. That's pretty much all I got to give him and all I really know about him, I don't know if his cardio's good. I don't know if he's going to gas or if he's going to go all three and be fine. I don't know much. So I know what
yeah, well, I mean, it seems to, on a week's notice, it's really hard to really try to find info on that opponent and try to study him as quick as you have to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, all the guys on my team, Raul Martinez and Danny obviously helps me a little bit with that too. My buddy Greg, they've all been searching and doing their stuff and implementing stuff in camp to help me already within from the second we found out. So to me, it's not much different than any other fight. It's just another.
Yeah.
He's gonna have wrestling, awesome. He's gonna punch me, cool. It's gonna happen every fight. So
Yeah.
like whatever, like he could bring whatever he wants, and I'm still gonna beat him. So.
Yeah, no, I've always kind of wondered this because, I mean, I've seen a lot of fighters, they have to change their opponents like mid-camp or whatever because of something happening. Now, trying to find stuff on your opponent, is that up to you or do your coaches and partners find the footage or whatever, and then you guys train based on that?
I mean, I'd say my coaches, we all do it. I mean, I like to do it myself too. I like to jump in and check out, people's stats, whatever else, and look for videos and all that. But most of the time, my coaches and my training partners will do it, and then coach will implement a plan pretty much and put everything together in camp, and I just do what he says. That's pretty much it. Get it done. But
okay.
I mean, I'll obviously add my, what I'm thinking in, and we all kind of talk and we put something together and. Yeah, do it. So, but with him, it's just mostly been wrestling, strong wrestling, grappling, stuff like that.
See, I misheard. I thought you said thumb wrestling, and I got really excited.
I'm wrestling too.
All right, so one question, or not really like question that I had, but I'm the two times that I fought amateur, and this is going way back. Like the first fight I had, the opponent dropped out on me like 3 times. I had the original guy was like 6 foot something, real tall string bean. The second guy was about my height, but a well-rounded fighter, and then the last guy, the day of the event, it was this short, stocky boxer dude. So how does your team deal with these late notice replacements? Like you could have a different opponent the day of the show. That's how crazy that this shit is.
Yeah, for sure. Um, that actually was something we talked about too, because I want to say Ponce is about an inch or two taller than me, and I feel like this guy. I think it says he's 5'7" online or whatever, but I want to say
Mhm.
shorter than me, at least by an inch or two or inch and a half. Maybe not much, but he's definitely shorter. And I'm used to fighting guys that are taller than me, so that's something we talked about. But I mean, we just roll with the punches. There's not much you can really do in that situation when your opponent changes. I mean, you just kind of, if you're going to take it, we just go all in and work around it, figure out what we got to do to make it work and how to beat them, Probably have to do some little elevation changes or whatever, level changes with my stand up or, whatever. If I'm going to take them down, it'll probably be a little tougher on a shorter guy, but it's what it is. So.
What you got, John?
What's that?
What else you got, buddy?
Um, I just had I don't know if the first time, I don't know if I had asked you this. I don't think I did. Um, I've never heard of a crowbar submission. Was that a submission or is it? Oh no, that's crowbar MMA. Never mind. I'm stupid.
That's why you're the white belt. That's why you're the white belt.
Hey, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't in my favor. Um,
No worries.
so, uh, so I guess just kind of like what have you been doing like in your downtime? I know you're training for another opponent and stuff, but what else have you been having to do?
Um, I just got done with work with Forest Service, so I turned in all my gear and all that, and I'm done, so I can fully focus on fighting now. But fun things. I mean, I've just been hanging out with the girlfriend and my son. Kind of making up for lost time in the summer, and then I went on a ride yesterday with my girl on the Harley, and that's pretty much all I've had time for so far. But
Oh, nice.
hanging out, watching movies. We've been watching that called Hunters on Netflix. I think it is kind of an interesting show, but
Oh, okay.
pretty much it. And then training.
Nice. Yeah, we just kind of got done with the whole Stranger Things series on Netflix. That's a pretty dope show.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love that show. I had to, I had to put it on pause. We started the new season, and then I had to pause it because I was too busy. So we can like every time I go to watch it, I'd fall asleep because it'd be like 10 o'clock, 11.
Oh, I know how that is.
The new season soon.
Nice. Now, I noticed you said you guys go on rides. Do you guys just get on and just take off wherever the road takes you, or do you guys like have a plan?
We usually just get on it and ride around town wherever, just go with the flow. But we're also trying to come up with like plans for a ride. We have one ride set for the week after the fight to Huntington Beach, California, and then we're gonna ride the coast and stuff with my family and a couple friends. So
Oh, nice.
kind of both, but yeah.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get me one, and because I've always wanted one. So maybe one day
Yeah.
we'll take a ride.
Be awesome. But,
Well, that's kind of all I've got for you. What else you got, Steve?
Well, I wanted to talk about some post-fight stuff. We had an interview with JP Too Much, and after the fight, he immediately tagged us in his post-fight meal. I mean, and this thing was It was bad. It was, I mean, bad for you like internally. You know, this wasn't a good meal for your innards. So I want to talk about what is your plan immediately after the fight? Do you like take a minute to unwind and just, you know, kind of let the wind settle in, or is it just immediately like, okay, I'm gonna go and get me some cheeseburger, or I'm gonna go and get me some beer, some whiskey? Like, what is the immediate afterthought once you get the W?
I just kind of chill out for a minute, try to like relax. But I mean, I definitely want to have like a beer with my friends and kick back and my family and everybody that came out before the fight, you know, and kind of just take it all in. You know, you try to soak in the moment as much as you can, but I feel like it all just like it's really overwhelming most of the time, and it feels like it goes by in like 2 seconds and the whole thing's over. Like after the fight, you know, like after parties, whatever, like everything's just like bam, bam, done. But I try to soak it all in and, you know, chill, have a beer, not get drunk, because usually ends up happening. You know, all of us will drink and whatever, hang out, enjoy each other's company. But then I try to just take my time and see everybody and let them know how thankful I am that they're there. You know, and then kind of cut loose. And I'll eat like, you know, I'll eat bad for a couple of days, maybe, like, I guess not bad, but just good food.
Yeah, I got you.
And then I'll get back into camp and everything, or back into eating healthy and staying on track and not throwing away all the work I put in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to enjoy, man. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to have a drink and blah, blah. I'm so straight edge. I'm not, you know, this is it. Like, you got to be able to relax, you know?
Yeah, you definitely need to take time to soak in like all the hard work you put in, and that means you got to cut loose a little bit, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know I've only lost, so I don't know what it feels like to get a win. But I can only imagine it would be fucking ridiculous. It would. It would be like stupid. I would get into so much trouble. So I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then how long is it before you start buckling down and get back to training? And then to right after that, my next question would be like, when do you start adding new things when you get back to a training camp?
Adding new things as in just like styles or what?
Yeah, adding things into your training, you know, working new tricks.
Yeah. I'd say after the fight, it just depends on how the fight goes. If I have an injury or if, you know, whatever. But if everything goes the way I plan on it, then I would just, I'd probably take, you know, the next, what is that, on a Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably take that week off, and because that's that following week we're going to California, so on Thursday. So I'll probably go on the ride and relax and do all that, take that off. And then right when I come back, just get right back into it. And then, you know, all the new tricks and everything, that's all. I mean, if I'm researching, finding new things that I think are awesome that could work for me, I'll bring them up. But if not, that's all my coaches and what they think and start telling me what to do kind of thing. So, but that's usually, I mean, I'm learning new tricks all the time. Like literally every other day, my coach is like, do this, do that. Like, let's try this, let's try that, see how that works. So it just kind of just goes with it. It's never like, all right, well, next week we're going to add this in. It's usually like, all right, well, if they have something, they're throwing it out there right then and there. And then, you know, if it doesn't catch right away and I'm not landing it perfect or whatever, then we'll go over it at a different time, you know. But I don't know. My guys are pretty creative that I train with. It's kind of cool.
Okay, and is there ever anything that you've wanted to do in a fight that just, like, you know, for one reason or another, like, hasn't happened? Like, you're like, man, I should have done this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it because I kind of want to do it in this fight.
Yes.
But after,
let's not jinx it then.
If it doesn't happen, we'll have to do another one. And if it does happen, you'll know. But
all right.
But I mean, I've thrown some like spinning back fists and stuff. That was pretty cool. It'd be nice to get like a knockout with one of those.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I think that's kind of a weird like punch to get knocked out with. It'd be kind of cool to land it and knock out JT Wells, but
all right, man. Well, It's been fun getting down on a Saturday. With the new opponent, is there any change in how you get this damn thing done?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I mean, I've been stepping up. My cardio's on point. I'm good to go, but we've been going a little bit harder on it too, just because the fact that I think this guy doesn't have as much of a break in him. I think he's going to be tough. His confidence is going to carry through, and he's going to be a scrapper, and he's going to go. If I don't finish him right away with a submission or catch him, and we go the distance, he's going to be in there the whole time coming at me. And I think that it was different with Ponce, and it wasn't that I was slacking on cardio or anything. I just knew where his weaknesses were, and I feel like this guy's like giving up or quitting or kind of falling behind once he starts getting tagged isn't his weakness. He's going to keep coming. So I guess with our camp, now that I have him, I've been pushing towards that mindset of like, this guy isn't going to break. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. Cardio and pretty much anything you can do in a short notice fight. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So
benefit of the doubt,
okay. So definitely a much tougher opposition than the originally scheduled opponent.
I think so.
Okay.
Too, but I mean,
what is Wells' record?
5-2.
5-2. Okay. So up and comer. Gotcha. All right. Well, once again, I got to give all the props to Ruff. They've had a couple slip ups with the card, a couple fights falling out, and they're still able to put shit together and keep their fighters on the cards. So I know that their hustle has been strong the last couple weeks, and we're not even at the fight yet. We're still about a week out. So all I want to tell you is let's hope Wells makes it to the fight because this is the fight game. Shit happens all the time. I hope you have a safe weight cut. Okay. And then I wish you best of luck in your fight. If you would like to thank anybody or say whatever the hell you want, man, go ahead.
All right, awesome. Thank you, guys. I want to say, well, obviously, thank you to Rough MMA for putting me on your card and finding me an opponent. I know it's been tough. That was awesome, and I know you guys worked hard to do that, so thank you. And then I also want to got it set out over here.
He's got notes that he follows. Unlike me, they're over here, and I just keep on doing my own thing.
But, it's my banner.
That's tight.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just want to thank all of you guys. Fieldcraft Survival, First On Nutrition, Lizards Lounge, downtown Prescott. We'll be doing an after party on Sunday, the 6th, in town there. So that'll be fun, a little Sunday fun day thing. And then Casey Auto Glass, Yampai Title, Natural Relief, CBD. These guys are the bomb. CM Bar Inc., Average Joe's MMA, Robin Hood Real Estate, Alex Helenka. Dude's awesome. If you want to buy a house or have any questions of real estate, that's the dude to go to. Emerson Ray, my son, I love you. The Guzman family, thank you for always on my back. Engine 933, that's my Forest Service engine right there.
Nice.
That's awesome. They've always been super supportive. Great leadership. Property management, PMI. Thanks, Mike Thompson, Sarah Thompson. You guys are awesome. Lifestyle Chiropractic. You guys are awesome too. Thank you for adjusting me and keeping me healthy for the camp. Mike Falk at Western States Communications. Thank you guys for always having my back and being little sponsors for years now. Heads Woodworks. You guys are awesome. Thank you. The Cutting Board. And last but not least, my buddy Christian Curly Leva passed away in a car accident a long time ago when I was in high school. And that's just for him. He's always with me. And yeah, love his mom, love his family. And, carrying with me every fight. So that's it. Thank you guys.
That was probably the best way to fucking thank all your sponsors too, showing off that banner. That's what's up, dude. That was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, I do apologize for whatever the hell is going on my end. I probably look like a statue over here because what I'm seeing is me going and not really moving a whole lot. So it'll be super fun to edit. I'm going to be doing some fun shit with that. But, dude, thanks for the time. I know that you're busy. You got a fight coming up in a week. But, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks for helping me out and, getting me out there. So
Yeah, we'll be seeing you in a week, man. So we'll probably do another one right before you get in the cage.
Awesome. Sounds good. Can't wait.
All right. Any last words, John?
Just thank you for taking time and talking with us, and we appreciate it. And good luck on your fight, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Take it easy, Barbie.
All right. You too. Later, guys.
Later.